Today we'll talk a bit more about lead generation. I've spoken about lead magnets, why they work, why you should incorporate them in your business, and more importantly, how to actually incorporate them. Yet I still feel like something is missing. I still feel like a lot of people don't understand how a lead generation funnel works. They understand the overall theory, they understand why it works, they understand why it attracts people and converts like crazy, but they don't really understand how it works. So that's what today's episode is going to be all about. We will be leaving the theories and the ambiguous statements behind and getting down to the absolute real work of understanding how these systems really work. But first, let's make sure we are all on the same page with lead generation. I remember talking to a few entrepreneurs the other day about lead generation, and someone in the group asked me what lead generation was. And this was someone who had a lot of years running her own business and wasn't doing terrible with it either. It shocked me a little bit though. Not because there's ever a bad question, more because I felt awful with how much she's left on the table over the last few years within her business. I was thinking about how much bigger her business really could be if she incorporated lead generation into her marketing strategy from the start. She'd probably already have doubled or maybe even tripled her revenue stream. And no, I'm not kidding. It is that powerful when you actually focus on it. I've seen entrepreneurs go from making 30 to 40K a year to almost 100K a year because they decided to be intentional about generating leads. So if you are like that and you don't know what lead generation is and you want to take all that money you can off of the business table, well, let me just say, I'd rather you pay a little bit closer attention to this episode. I'm going to break it all down into really 3 parts. The first part will give you a short introduction to lead generation. Then the next part will be all about a lead generation funnel and what that actually means. And then we'll be going to go over how do you actually set up a lead generation funnel and really all the steps involved. Are you ready for it? This is going to be a big one. So let's dive in first by answering what is lead generation. Let me tell you about 2 different businesses. Both businesses are run by powerful females who have excellent value proposition. Their business model is absolutely fantastic. They have a fantastic work ethic and are simply superb. Both females also want to grow their business through social media. Now, there is one big difference between these businesses and even both females. Let's call the first female Sharon. You see, Sharon's marketing strategy is basically to post her business online, add trendy captions, make great content, and wait for people to directly message her or to make an order. Now that marketing strategy, it does work. In fact, it works really, really well for her. Within months, Sharon is getting hundreds of orders every single month. It's amazing for Sharon and her business, but let's actually talk about the second one. Let's call this one Ashley. Now, Ashley does the exact same thing as Sharon, exact same business, but Ashley has an ace up her sleeve. Instead of just waiting for people to make an order online, she actually gives them a gift. It then in return collects their contact information. After doing that, she sends them a carefully constructed stream of emails that outline her business, the problem her business can solve for potential customers, and gives them an unbelievable deal afterwards. Whose business do you think is going to grow faster? Sharon, who's been mainly reactive to the market forces, or Ashley, who's out there actively searching for potential customers and marketing her business to them personally? Whose business do you think will have more customers, more revenue, more profit? I'm going to go out on a limb here and make a wild prediction for you. I'm probably going to say it's Ashley. This scenario is one that I've seen play out so many different times with so many different entrepreneurs in so many different industries. These entrepreneurs are amazing and they're doing great for themselves, but because they are focusing on only content creation, they aren't growing as fast as they actually can and actually as much as they want. And that's not what I would recommend. You should achieve optimal growth. You can achieve optimal growth. What Ashley is doing to grow her business is exactly what I mean by lead generation. Leads are potential customers. And Ashley, going out there to generate those leads herself, guarantees that she will always have more customers. I mean, more reoccurring customers than people who wait for their customers to actually find them. And the best way to generate these leads is by offering what I like to call a lead magnet. A lead magnet is a freebie you give to people in return for their contact information. If there's one thing I know about people, it's the fact that they love freebies. If you want to find potential customers that will be a great asset for your business, create a fantastic freebie and offer it to them. They will immediately give you their contact information, which really is giving you permission to take them through that lead generation funnel. This is literally what Ashley does. So let me ask you something. Who do you want to be within your business? Do you want to be Sharon or Ashley? Do you want to attract your dream clients, or do you want to hit the streets of the internet and go searching for them? Which really comes down to how fast do you actually want to grow within your business. If you want to become an Ashley, you've got to start by taking lead generation seriously. And the best way to do that is by setting up a lead generation funnel. When you generate leads, they aren't just going to become your customers or clients automatically right off the bat. You've still got a little bit of work to do to ensure that they will want to do business with you. Just like a sales call, think of it. But this is the first real step with generating clients and customers on automation. And the first step is pushing them through a lead generation funnel. So let's talk a bit more about that. What is a lead generation funnel? What am I even talking about right now? A lead generation funnel is a step-by-step process that will collect your prospect's contact information and walk them step by step through the journey of becoming a client. Now that you have a lead, it's time for the next step to make sure that lead actually does something with you. Just having a lead itself does not guarantee anything. You can have thousands of potential clients and not make a single sale. So, while generating leads is great work, it is by no means the only work you need to do. You've got to do other things. You've got to set up a lead generation funnel. That funnel is how you take your leads to turn them into clients. Think of it this way. Why do you, as a customer or a consumer or a prospect, actually pay for goods and services? Is it because you want to be nice to that person? Or is it because the business has convinced you that it's perfect for solving whatever problem you need to be solved? The later is probably the right answer. So after getting your leads, you need to do the hard work of convincing them of really two things. The first is that you understand their problem or problems that they might have. And second is that you can solve that problem for them at the best possible price that they can get. Once you can convince your leads of both of those things, you will get your dream clients coming in automatically. You can make this funnel as simple or as advanced as you would like based on that back-end offer that you have. The key though is to get them to take one step at a time. It doesn't matter how many steps are in your lead funnel, as long as the steps have a logical consistency, and as long as it will be easy for your leads to follow it, you can set it up to run automatically. It's pretty incredible when you actually see how it all works. So let's move on to how do you actually set this all up? How do you set up a lead generation funnel? The first step to generating a lead is that you need to grab that person's attention. Social media may look nice and fancy, but honestly, it's a digital jungle. Hundreds of businesses like yours are fighting for the same clients that you're trying to attract. Can you remember how many posts you see each day on a platform let's say like Instagram? You probably can't because you just scroll and scroll and scroll. But let me just blow your mind for a minute. Do you know that every single minute, users on Instagram post 46,740 photos? That's the amount of data generated every single day on Instagram alone. So if you are going to attract your dream clients, you're going to have to do it with something that will actually stand out. It can't just be a regular random post. It has to be something that's going to stand out from the crowd. Something that attracts people that you actually want to attract too. It cannot be something fundamental. It has to be something that screams, pay attention to me, you need this. In my experience, the best way to create something that screams, pay attention, is by giving out a freebie. Like I said before, people love free things. They love free stuff. So if you give them free stuff that they actually want that will solve a problem, they will remember that. Now, the goal of the first post of the freebie is to have people click your call to action to become a lead. This is typically where they click a link to get access to that freebie. When they click the link, they are actually directed to a landing page asking for their name and email. So I use a program called ClickFunnels to build all of my landing pages. When these people put their name and then they put their email, they click the button that says submit, and the system will automatically send that freebie to them. That is just the very first step. You grab their attention, you've generated their contact information, and now they have entered into your lead generation funnel. You've set it up. Now all that's left for you to do is move them through step by step that funnel. There are a lot of ways that we can do that, but for now, let's just stop here. The first step is making sure that you have a freebie and then a landing page to automatically collect their contact information. I want you to start there, and then we're gonna get more advanced as we go here. That sound good to you? Okay, my friend, we'll wrap it up for the day, but I hope that helped teach you a little bit more about lead generation and how to combine it with these automation techniques. Now, if you did learn something new today, can you please like this episode, share it on social media, and finally subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and honestly, just become a part of our amazing entrepreneur community. My name is Lisa Ann, and that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.